Hey, it's Holly. And one thing I've seen online a lot and really wanted to make for a while now is a boomerang shawl. So I came up with a pattern, a really easy one. You guys will be super easy to follow. And I used one of my favorite yarns, which is the Red Heart Super Saver Stripes. I think it's going to turn out great because the colors are just amazing. So let's give that a shot now. So to make this beautiful boomerang scarf, I have chosen this Red Heart Super Saver Stripes in the color Flamenco Stripe. I think this beautiful pinks and purples just kind of fit in this time of the year. You know, around Valentine's Day, I always think of pinks, purples, reds. I'm using my 5mm crochet hook. I have scissors handy. And I'm also going to be using a little stitch marker. This is my little crochet hook one. This is just for a marker to show which side you decrease or which side you increase on. So, to get started, I like to pull out a little bit of a tail here so that I don't have a lot of tension, sorry. Alright, so for starters, all we do is make a slip knot. Super easy, right? Now this pattern is super simple as long as you remember which side you decrease and which side you increase on. So to start, what we're going to do is chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what you're going to do is put 2 double crochets in the 4th chain for the hook. So this very first one here that we started with. So yarn over, go in, pull through 2, pull through 2, that's 1, and right back into that same one, put another one. And that is the end of round 1. So now for round 2, we're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, turn our work, and in this first stitch right here, this very first one, we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and number 3. So 3 right into that stitch. And then you have 2 stitches left. You have that stitch and you have the chain. What we're going to be doing is a double crochet decrease. Let me refocus there. So to do that, you yarn over, you go through your first stitch, yarn over, pull through, 3 on the hook, you go through 2, but then you stop. Now you yarn over and you go into your next stitch, which is kind of hard to get into this top one here, but we'll get it. There we go. Yarn over, pull through. Oh, I only got one piece of that top. Hold on, let me fix that. So you have your first stitch here where you had yarned over, you only completed half of it. Now we're going to go into the second stitch. It's always important to make sure you get both ends of that because otherwise you get kind of like a saggy looking corner. So, but this is the hard part, is getting into this chain. One more little piece is all I need. There we go, got it. All right, so we yarn over, we pull through, we complete 2, which mine are a little tight here, sorry. Then you have 3 on the hook, you just yarn over and go through all 3. And that is a double crochet decrease. So now it's here where we're going to take a pause and you have to decide which side you want to put your marker on. I am going to put a marker on my increase. So whenever I get to the side of my work, and I'm just going to hook this through the chain there, and I see this hanging, I know this is the side I put 3 double crochet into that side. So I always decrease on the other side. So it's just repetitive. We'll do it again one more time here. So now we chain up 2. And we're going to skip this stitch here. That's going to equal our decrease essentially. So we're going to skip that stitch. We're going to yarn over, we're going to go into here, and we're just going to put in a double crochet. And the skipping of that stitch just equaled kind of like our decrease. So now you have 1 and 2 more stitches. So in the next one, you just put a double crochet. And in the last one, you put your 3 double crochet. Oh, my little hook got caught here. Hold on. Maybe you shouldn't use such a dangly one. So in this last stitch, I put in 1. I put in 2. And I put in 3. There we go. So on this side, which I have marked, again, it's getting tangly. Maybe you shouldn't use such a dangly one, but it'll be fine once I get going. I always put an increase, and on the other side, we always do a decrease. So I'm going to go through the rows one more time on each one, just so that you're sure. So when you're here at the end of the one where you put the 3, you chain up 2, 1, 2, you turn your work, and then here in that first stitch, we put in 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Hold on, my yarn's getting a little tight. There we go. Okay. Now all we do is you're always in the center. All you're doing is double crochets, but you have to find your last 2 stitches, which is this one and this one. So we only have 1 stitch to go into, or well, 2, sorry. So we yarn over, go through, we just put a double crochet in the next stitch and a double crochet in the next stitch. Oh, I dropped it. Double crochet in the next stitch. And then we are at our last 2 stitches. So what we do is the decrease now. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, only go through 2. And yarn over, go to that next stitch, pull through, go through 2, then you have 3 on the hook, yarn over, go through all 3. And that is how you do that row. So now to do the next row, we chain 2, turn our work. Now remember, we're doing a decrease on the side, so essentially we skip this stitch. Go into here, if I can get in there, and just put in a double crochet. And again, just find your work and find all the way to that last one, this last stitch down here, right here. We're going to be putting in 3. So until then, we just double crochet. So double crochet in the next one, double crochet in the next one. My colors are changing, it's so pretty. And double crochet in the next one. And then here in this last stitch, we put in 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And that is just the repeat, guys. You're just going to keep doing that. On one side, you'll put in 3, and on the other side, you'll do a decrease. And that's what's going to give it that curved in the progression of growing. So you can make this scarf as big as you want, as long as you want, as short as you want, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Stay tuned to the end, and I will tell you how many skeins of this Red Heart Super Saver Stripes I used on my scarf. But just keep repeating that until your scarf is as big as you want it. Okay, so I made it to my last row, and I have decided to end here. I just happen to be ending on a decrease side. It doesn't really matter where you end as far as a decrease or the increase side. Just go as long as you want your project to be. I wanted mine to end on this beautiful dark purple, more bluey color. So what you do is you just do that last stitch. I've already cut my yarn, and then we're just going to slip right out of there and pull tight. And there we go, we're done. Done with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scarf. This boomerang scarf. Obviously in this tied up angle you are not going to be able to see how gorgeous these colors are, but they are one of my favorites. I am looking for reasons to work with this yarn again. I really think with Red Heart yarn, so the only thing left to do before I get on with that story is to weave in our ends. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And like I was about to say, was the only thing I think Red Heart yarn really, really did just an amazing job when they came out with their Super Saver stripes. I mean, all of the colors are just beautiful. This Flamenco stripe happens to be my favorite, but I can't really think of, any one that I absolutely wouldn't want to work with. They're all so pretty. So I went one way, then I went back the other way. I'm going to go one more way just to ensure it's good tight. And now I will boop, cut my yarn. And there we go. My corner's all good. My yarn is tucked in. This is so pretty. I can't wait for you guys to see it here in just a second on a bigger scale. So this is how it looks on, all finished. Again, I love these colors. This is one of my particular favorites of my favorites, which is the Flamenco Stripe and the Red Heart Super Saver stripes. I love this. My favorite is probably this dark or this blue color. It's so pretty. So I'll take it off now so you can get a look at it. It tends to curl a little, but that's okay. It flattens out quite nicely. Get it a little flattened out here, and you guys can see the way it curves, and it goes from big to small. And look at the beautiful coloring. Oh, I think when Red Heart made this yarn, they just really outdid themselves on this one. The colors are amazing. So if you guys make this shawl, whether you use Red Heart Super Saver stripes or a Karen cake or whatever, I used 1.5 of the Red Heart Super Saver stripes to make this. But you can make yours as big as you want it. It can be bigger, smaller, whatever. But if you make this, whatever yarn you use, I'd love to see pictures, and you can share those over in our Facebook group, the Proper Pineapple Crochet group on Facebook. I just love seeing your guys' work. It's just wonderful. Don't forget about this month's giveaway. You can click this video over here, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just hit the little pineapple. Bye. See you next time.